YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to this video here. We're going to be doing a comparison of the MKE14 to the DMR-25. I've been playing around with these weapons for a little bit, and I feel like we could have the opportunity to have a bit of a new meta on our hands with these DMR-style snipers running with an AR, and specifically on the Poison Prime agent. So as you saw in the opening clip, we're going to do some side-by-sides. We're going to be looking at things like rate of fire. We're going to be looking at their stats, damage, range, control, accuracy. Going to be doing some comparisons to hip fire, control, recoil patterns, the whole 9 yards. We're going to put these two guns side by side to each other and see how they compare. Now, as you go through this, I'm sure everyone's got their own personal play style, but I definitely have a favorite that I'm leaning towards. But after you take a look at the comparison, I'm also going to show you a couple of games using both weapons and the full setup and just see how they both go. So make sure you watch through. There are some chapter links down below in the progress bar. So if you want to jump to a specific point, feel free to check that out in the description, and you can look at each of these weapons independently if you want to. As usual, let me know what you think of the MKE14 and the DMR-25 in the comments down below. What's your preference? What do you think about Poison kind of being the opportunity to be this new meta and really using him as a pretty aggressive offensive player? There are a few other snipers I think that could be possible contenders, but these two I feel are so close. I really wanted to put them side by side and see who turns out to be the champion of the two more aggressive DMRs. So guys, enjoy the video. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. And of course, remember, if you like the content, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And let's jump in and take a look at how these weapons perform. Now, when it comes to the MKE14 and DMR, I tried to build the best versions of both that I could. So this isn't an exact comparison of all attachments, but most of them are the same. You can see on the MKE14, I've got 73 damage, 37 rate of fire, 72 control. We also have the 71 distance, the accuracy of 55, and mobility at 61. To get this, I've got the enhanced muzzle brake for the barrel attachment. I do have the extended mag for the MKE14, which I don't have for the DMR. But again, I wanted to build the best of both I could at the current time. The other thing I also have is the 3X Fit E, which is I do have equipped to both guns. So you'll see that scope-wise, they're pretty much the exact same. We also have for the underbarrel, the bipod, which that's pretty much a standard for both of these. But one thing I want to also really talk about with the MK14 we'll get into is the actual rate of fire. This is a little tricky here, being ranked at 37, and it'll be higher than the DMR, and it's all because of that extended mag. But let's finish this out with the underbarrel of the simplified foregrip, and this gave me the best balance between that control and accuracy. Now, looking at the DMR-25, again, pretty similar stats. The biggest thing, again, is that rate of fire is definitely lower, but interesting enough, as we will see in these kind of videos here, is that the DMR actually has a faster fire rate, but it doesn't have the extended mag. It does have the enhanced muzzle brake for the barrel. For the magazine, again, it's the basic mag. I did go with that rather than the quick draw, but I don't have the extended unlocked. Yet again, though, it only gives you more bullets. The DMR does fire faster. So, I mean, that's kind of one thing. These stats sometimes aren't always totally accurate. Again, you'll see the 3X Fit E for the scope. The underbarrel there is the bipod. And then as far as the grip goes, this one here, again, pretty similar to the MKE14, keeping these stats, again, relatively all here is just another foregrip. This time we have the vertical foregrip, and that is what rounds out the stats. Now, what we will also be taking a look at here is how each of these weapons perform. So looking at this side-by-side shot, which you saw opening up the clip, let's slow this down and actually take a look at each shot and count it out. So in those lower corners, you can see the DMR is upticking at 1 to sometimes 2 shots almost faster than the MKE14. It does 12 shots in 3 seconds, while the MKE14, and this is just holding the button down, this is full manual, holding it down and just letting the shots fire off, that did 20 shots in 6 seconds, or in other words, 10 shots in 3. So the DMR is faster. But now let's start taking a look at things like recoil pattern with the MKE14. This is your standard recoil, just letting the gun fire off, not controlling it all. It's pretty much a straight vertical climb. So this has what I think would be the easier of the two recoils, especially taking a look at the recoil control. This is me just pulling down slightly, and you can see those shots pretty much all line up in what would be pretty much like a center mass or more easily hit headshot area for the MKE14. Now let's compare the hip fire of the MKE14 so we can look at it versus the DMR later. Again, this is just holding down that fire button and just seeing what that recoil and that spread looks like for the MKE14. This one here is, I would say it's still pretty much a body mass type of radius for these shots, but nothing that I think the hip fire would be something that would save your life. Now, the DMR-25, taking a look at the recoil pattern, this one is a little bit different. Again, this is no control whatsoever. It's just letting the standard recoil of the weapon go. And you'll notice that from the original one, and this is using actually two different fire buttons, the right versus the left, that recoil does go up and to the right. So this is not as, I'd say, easy of a recoil pattern to account for since it's not just a straight vertical, but it's not that bad. And I'm going to be honest, I actually find myself leaning towards having more control with the DMR-25. So that there with the standard recoil pattern or recoil control would still be more of a center mass, but notice that there is a little bit more spread with that DMR-25. The recoil, not necessarily, I'd say, as easy as the MK14 because you've got to account for that sideways climb. When it comes to hipfire spread, honestly, not that different than the MKE14. So for the secondary, I am working with the VK15. Not going to do too much of a rate of fire, all that kind of stuff comparison because it's the only one I'm using in these videos. But there you can see the different stats. And the way that I've got this one built is I've got the silencer for the muzzle attachment with the magazine. I am working with the extended mag. This, of course, is giving me plenty of ammunition to work with. I think it's like a 40 or 50 round mag in total. When we start taking a look at the scope, I do have this built for more close range, at short and close with the 1.25 mini, because the goal is to use the DMR or MKE14 for that mid and long range. With that, we also have one option for the underbarrel, which is the laser sight. And with all of this built, the VK15, you could do the VK12, but the VK15 I feel is a really solid weapon for that short, close range battle that you can get into. And finishing up the mod builds here is the underbarrel with the vertical foregrip. So with all of those stats and that visibility of how these weapons perform, I want to go ahead and give you some gameplay. We're going to do 2 games with each weapon. The MKE14 for these first 2, the DMR for the last 2. But what I'm also throwing in here is the secondary. Why I really think that Poison has an opportunity to be a new meta is running with the DMRs and almost treating them like just these secondary assault rifles, then being able to come in with something like the VK12 or VK15 is what I am preferring for Poison here. Setting it up with that red dot and using that for your kind of close quarter fights. But that DMR or the MKE14, whichever your preference is, being able to go to that for the mid-range, long-range gameplay, I think offers a lot of possibility here for Poison to be this new meta. Pretty aggressive, right? Not using it to camp, like not just a basic sniper or some noob kind of player. No camping with this. It's all about using Poison to rush, using that Poison grenade almost as a trip mine. Sometimes you'll see in other gameplay, I'm actually using it as more of a very throwable grenade, something more like shock or more like blast. But check out the gameplay again. First 2 games here, MKE14. Your last 2 are going to be the DMR-25. Let me know what you guys think of these weapons and this setup for Poison in the comments down below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Do you think this could be an absolute new meta move to start running Poison more aggressively like this with 2 more automatic style weapons? Again, excited to hear that. Check out the gameplay, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Double kill. Triple kill. Payback. Four of a kind. Kingslayer. Double kill. Payback. Triple kill.
Attention, we are in the final stage.
Dirty play.
The battle simulation is almost over. Better luck next time.
Attention!
Team Deathmatch mode. Kill enemies and earn points.
Double kill. Dirty play. Triple kill. Five of a kind.
We got ahead.
Reloading!
Attention, we are in the final stage. The battle simulation is almost over.
Double kill.
A victory. Team Deathmatch mode. Kill enemies and earn points.
Triple kill. Reloading. Kingslayer. Dirty play. Double kill. Dirty play. Double kill.
Attention, we are in the final stage. The battle simulation is almost over. A victory. Team Deathmatch mode. Kill enemies and earn points.
Double kill. Reloading.
We got ahead.
Payback. Kingslayer. Double kill. Triple kill. Dirty play. Kingslayer. Payback. Kingslayer. Triple kill. Dirty play. Reloading. Kingslayer.
We are in the final stage.
Double kill. Triple kill.
The battle simulation is almost over.
Payback. 4 of a kind. 5 of a kind. Kingslayer. Perfect score.
A victory